Salmon are among nature's most fascinating travelers, embarking on an incredible journey between fresh water and the open ocean. But have you ever wondered what happens behind the scenes? From their life in the wild to sustainable salmon farming and high-tech processing? Join us as we explore the remarkable life cycle of salmon, their transformation during spawning, and the cutting-edge techniques used to farm and process them. Did you know that salmon live in two completely different environments during their lifetime? They hatch in freshwater rivers, then migrate to the saltwater ocean, where they grow and mature. As they return to freshwater to spawn, salmon change color, shifting from silvery blue to red, bronze, or dark olive. Males may even develop humps and hooked jaws for mating. Salmon go through this exhausting journey because they want to lay eggs in clean, oxygen-rich water, where gravel beds protect them and fewer predators exist. And do you know that after spawning, most Pacific salmon die, but their bodies nourish the ecosystem? Each year, over 2.5 million tons of salmon are caught worldwide, with fishing boats hauling in thousands daily. Some vessels even process and freeze salmon at sea for peak freshness. But with wild stocks under pressure, over 50% of salmon now comes from farms. Sustainable fishing is key to protecting this incredible species for the future. Salmon farming begins with artificial fertilization to ensure healthy and controlled breeding. First, mature female salmon are selected, and their eggs are carefully extracted. A female salmon can lay between 1,500 and 10,000 eggs in a single spawning, depending on the species. Next, the eggs and sperm are mixed in a controlled environment to facilitate fertilization. This method increases survival rates compared to natural spawning. Next, the eggs are incubated in clean, oxygen-rich water at a stable temperature. Over time, they hatch into tiny salmon called alevins, which feed on their yolk sacs for nutrition. As they grow, they develop into fry and are moved to freshwater tanks, where they are carefully monitored until they are strong enough to be transferred to larger enclosures for further growth. After months or years, smolts are carefully transported to open sea farms in specialized oxygen-rich tanks by trucks or boats, ensuring minimal stress. After 1.5 to 2 years at sea, the salmon reach their harvest size, completing their journey from freshwater to ocean farming. Once harvested, fresh salmon are immediately chilled and transported to the processing plant to maintain quality. Upon arrival, the salmon are carefully sorted by size, weight, and quality. This ensures that each fish is processed according to specific standards, whether for whole fish, fillets, or other products. The first step in processing is gutting. Machines or skilled workers remove the internal organs, ensuring the fish is thoroughly cleaned. Next, the heads are removed. While some parts of the head may be discarded, others can be processed further for fish meal, oil extraction, or other byproducts to minimize waste. Once the salmon is headless and gutted, it moves on to the filleting stage. Specialized filleting machines precisely cut along the backbone, separating the flesh from the bones with minimal waste. Workers may also manually trim certain parts to ensure clean and high-quality fillets. After filleting, the fish undergoes trimming and an additional washing process. Excess fat, skin, and any remaining unwanted parts are carefully removed, ensuring the fillets are uniform in size and appearance. A specialized machine extracts the bones, and workers manually inspect each fillet to ensure none are left behind. The fillets then pass through an advanced scanning system that detects imperfections, bones, or inconsistencies in quality. Depending on the product specifications, the fillets may be cut into smaller portions, such as steaks or prepackaged cuts for retail. Finally, the salmon is carefully packed, sealed, and boxed before undergoing freezing to preserve freshness. From there, it is distributed to markets and consumers worldwide. Salmon is one of the most valuable seafoods, rich in protein, omega-3s, and essential vitamins that support brain and heart health. Its journey from river to ocean, farm to table, is truly remarkable. Next time you enjoy salmon, appreciate the incredible process behind it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more fascinating insights into nature and food. In the deep waters of the Pacific Ocean, powerful tuna swim non-stop beneath the waves. Every year, they travel thousands of kilometers, chased by both traditional fishermen and modern technology. But their journey doesn't end at sea. From wild oceans to advanced tuna farms, and finally into the cans we see on store shelves. This is the story behind every bite. Let's explore it together. In the vast Pacific Ocean, powerful currents carry swift, massive shadows beneath the waves. These are tuna, large migratory fish that never stop swimming. Each season, they travel thousands of kilometers, following warm currents for food and spawning, often in schools of hundreds, a pattern fishermen skillfully exploit. To catch these high-speed tuna, reaching up to 70 kilometers per hour, purse-seine vessels use high-tech tools like radar, fish finders, and support boats to encircle entire schools with giant nets. Once the tuna are trapped in the net circle, The mesh is slowly hauled to the surface. And here's a shocking fact. Each year, over 5 million tons of tuna are caught worldwide. That's heavier than 800,000 elephants. Meanwhile, traditional hand lining is still practiced. Fishermen use long lines with live bait, dropped precisely where the tuna are feeding. Though slower, this method produces the highest quality tuna, highly sought after in premium markets. On board, the fish are immediately pre-processed. They're chilled on ice or placed in deep freeze storage, kept below 0 degrees Celsius until they reach the port. Overfishing threatens tuna stocks, making open ocean farming a more sustainable solution. Unlike most farmed fish, tuna require vast space and constant water flow to thrive. Their diet is carefully calculated, mainly fresh fish processed on-site. Raising tuna is a marathon, not a sprint, taking 6 months to a full year. And when harvest day arrives, each mature tuna, weighing 40 to 100 kilograms, is carefully hoisted aboard using special cranes. A quick and precise operation to preserve peak freshness. Now, let me take you behind the scenes of how your favorite tuna gets into that can. First, when the fish arrive at the factory, they're unloaded quickly and moved into the sorting area. Here, they're graded by size, weight, and quality. Then comes the cutting. But don't think it's done by hand. No, these are high-speed, powerful machines that slice the tuna into perfect portions, separating the head, tail, and fillets in just seconds. Once cleaned and portioned, the tuna is steamed to perfection. This ensures the fish is cooked through, while keeping all its natural flavor and texture intact. Next, the tuna is cooled down to stop the cooking process, locking in those delicious flavors and nutrients. Then, the final cleaning begins. Workers carefully scrape off the skin to reveal the tender white meat inside, which is then trimmed and polished into flawless fillets. Now, every batch gets checked. The tuna goes through a metal detector and weighing station to make sure there's no unwanted surprises and that each portion is just the right weight. The next stage is meat filling. Tuna is laid on a roller, minced by machines, and packed into cans, making sure it's perfectly portioned. Whether by hand or machine, skilled workers make sure the tender tuna is packed into sterilized cans or glass jars. Then, A touch of oil, or sometimes brine, is added, depending on the product. This not only enhances taste, but helps preserve the fish for long shelf life. After the tuna cans are sealed, they are washed and sterilized to ensure cleanliness and safety. Finally, the cans are labeled, boxed up, and stored in cold warehouses, all set to be shipped across the globe. And here's something that might surprise you. One large tuna factory can produce over 500,000 cans a day. Can you imagine that? 500,000 little cans of tuna, every single day. And now you know, behind every can of tuna is an epic journey from sea to shelf. Thank you for watching and supporting the channel. See you next time. Sardines are one of the most important fish in the world, providing food for millions of people while playing a crucial role in the ocean's ecosystem. But have you ever wondered how these small but mighty fish are caught, processed, and preserved? In this video, we'll take you behind the scenes of modern sardine fishing and canning. Stay with us, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more fascinating content. Did you know sardines are like dancers of the ocean? They move in massive synchronized schools that stretch for miles, creating breathtaking silver waves. And their shimmering scales reflect light, making them glow underwater, helping them blend in and escape predators. An interesting fact about sardines is that their name originates from the island of Sardinia, Italy, which was once known for its abundant sardine population. Sardine fishing dates back thousands of years. By the 19th century, the Industrial Revolution transformed the industry. The first canned sardines appeared in France and quickly gained global popularity for their convenience and delicious taste. Today, they are a staple food, produced with modern, safe, and nutritious processes. Did you know that sardine fishing is one of the world's largest fisheries, with millions of tons caught yearly? Fishing for sardines is a highly coordinated process that relies on advanced technology and traditional expertise. Fishermen use high-tech fish finders to locate large schools of sardines in the open ocean. Once the fish are detected, purse-seine nets, a large circular net that surrounds the fish, are deployed to capture them efficiently while minimizing harm to other marine species. Some modern fishing fleets also use fish pumps to gently transfer the sardines from the net into refrigerated seawater tanks, ensuring they remain fresh. This method not only maximizes the catch quality, but also helps sustain the sardine population by allowing smaller fish to escape. Once sardines are caught, proper preservation is crucial to maintain their freshness and quality. Instead of simply piling them in bins, sardines are immediately stored in onboard cold storage rooms with chilled seawater or ice slurry to slow down bacterial growth and preserve their texture. Some vessels utilize vacuum pumps to gently move the fish, preventing damage. Upon arrival at the port, the sardines are quickly transported to processing facilities in refrigerated trucks, ensuring they remain fresh and ready for canning or other preparations. Upon arrival at the factory, freshly caught sardines are immediately processed to ensure quality and freshness. The fish are thoroughly washed to remove any impurities before moving further along the production line. A conveyor system automatically sorts the sardines by size, ensuring uniformity in the final product. The heads of the sardines are then removed, and the fish are thoroughly washed to ensure cleanliness. They then move along a conveyor belt, where workers manually inspect and sort the cut fish to ensure quality and consistency before the next processing stage. Meanwhile, metal cans are produced in-house or supplied by manufacturers, ensuring airtight and durable packaging. The prepared sardines are carefully placed into the cans, followed by the addition of flavorful sauces or oils. The cans are then hermetically sealed to lock in freshness. The sealed cans undergo high-temperature retort cooking to enhance flavor, extend shelf life, and kill bacteria. Finally, the canned sardines are cooled, labeled, and packed for storage in climate-controlled warehouses before being distributed to retailers worldwide. This modern process ensures that sardines remain nutritious, flavorful, and safe for consumption. From the vast ocean to your plate, sardines go through an incredible journey of careful fishing, rapid preservation, and high-tech canning to maintain their freshness and flavor. This process not only supports the global seafood industry, but also ensures that we can enjoy nutritious and delicious sardines anytime, anywhere. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends. See you in the next video. Did you know that carp, once considered a humble pond dweller, is now the star of a billion-dollar global industry, with some giants weighing over 100 kilograms? In this video, we'll dive into the fascinating world of modern carp farming and processing, where massive harvests, surprising techniques, and some truly giant fish await. Whether you're into aquaculture or just curious how your fish dinner gets to the plate, this is a journey you won't want to miss. Carp are some of the most fascinating and diverse freshwater fish you'll ever come across. From goldfish, originally bred from wild carp in China, to the elegant koi found in Japanese water gardens, these fish come in a surprising variety of shapes, colors, and sizes. Some, like the long-bodied grass carp, are herbivores that help manage aquatic vegetation, while others like common and mirror carp can reach over 4 feet long and weigh up to a whopping 105 kilograms. They're not just big, they're survivors too, with lifespans that can stretch up to 38 years or more, unless you catch them and put them in a frying pan. Beyond that, carp carry deep cultural meaning in places like Japan, where they symbolize strength and determination. The journey of carp farming typically begins by sourcing healthy young carp from hatcheries. These fish are carefully selected and released into large, well-managed ponds. Pond farming provides an ideal environment for carp to grow, allowing farmers to control water quality, feeding, and overall fish health more easily. Carp are known for their impressive size and fascinating behavior. Carp are bottom feeders, using their sensitive barbels to search for food in murky waters. They're curious, adaptable, and quite social, often seen swimming in groups and exploring their environment. However, in some regions, carp are considered an invasive species that stir up sediment and disrupt local ecosystems. In carp farms, these fish enjoy a varied diet that can include grains, commercial pellets, worm-mixed feed, and even small fish. Feeding process is typically done in a controlled and efficient way, farmers often scattering food across the water surface. These feeding sessions usually happen at scheduled times each day to ensure the carp get enough nutrients without overfeeding. In some larger operations, floating feeding rings or feeding barges are used to keep the food in specific areas and reduce waste. Farmers are often very meticulous when it comes to breeding carp. To trigger spawning at the right time, these selected fish are given gentle, safe hormone injections that stimulate reproduction. Once ready, eggs and sperm are collected by hand, and artificial fertilization is carried out under controlled conditions to ensure the highest success rate and healthy offspring. After artificial fertilization, the fertilized carp eggs are carefully transferred to special spawning machines or dedicated hatching tanks. These tanks are designed to keep the water clean, oxygenated, and at an ideal temperature to support healthy development. It usually takes about 3 days for the eggs to hatch, depending on the water conditions. Once the carp eggs hatch, fish farms begin the important task of sorting and managing the young fish at different growth stages. The fry are first moved into smaller, controlled nursery tanks or ponds. As they develop into juvenile and then medium-sized carp, the fish are gradually transferred into separate, larger ponds based on their size and age. This step-by-step separation helps ensure that all fish have equal access to food and space, preventing overcrowding and reducing the risk of injury or stress. Harvest day is the busiest and most anticipated time on a carp farm. But before the full harvest begins, farmers will carefully select the biggest and healthiest carp to set aside as future brood stock. Carp harvesting is typically done using large seine nets. Farmers stretch these nets across the pond and slowly draw them in, gradually closing off the area to gather the fish into a tight group. Once the carp are corralled, workers begin lifting them out by hand or using large scooping nets. The fish are then carefully placed into water-filled containers or transport tanks, ready to be sorted, weighed, or delivered. This method ensures a smooth, efficient harvest while minimizing stress for the fish. Carp are harvested mainly for food, as they are a staple protein source in many countries, especially across Asia and parts of Europe. Globally, carp farming accounts for a significant portion of freshwater aquaculture, with millions of tons consumed each year, making them one of the most farmed and consumed fish species in the world. Once the truck full of fresh carp arrives at the processing plant, things move fast. The fish are quickly unloaded and sent through a rinsing system to clean off any debris. From there, it's all about precision. Workers and machines sort the carp by size and purpose, whether they're destined to be filleted, gutted, or sold whole. The factory buzzes with activity as automated cutters and skilled hands prepare the fish with care. Finally, the carp is packaged, sometimes fresh, sometimes vacuum-sealed or frozen, ready to make its way to markets around the world. It's a streamlined process designed to keep the fish as fresh and flavorful as possible from pond to plate. Carp meat is known for its mild, slightly sweet flavor and firm texture, although it can be a bit bony depending on the preparation. Carp is commonly fried, steamed, grilled, or cooked in soups and stews. In Central and Eastern Europe, Christmas carp is a holiday staple. In Asia, especially China and Vietnam, carp is often braised in rich, savory sauces or steamed whole with ginger and herbs. Its versatility makes it a valuable catch in both home kitchens and restaurant menus,